You're listening to the Culips English podcast. To download the study guide for this episode, which includes the transcript, detailed vocabulary explanations, real-world examples, and a quiz, visit our website, culips.com. CULIPS.com. Hey everybody, my name is Andrew.
And I'm Suzanne.
And you're listening to Culips. Hey Suzanne.
Hey Andrew, how are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm a little bit tired. I just got back from a 4-day trip.
Wow. Where did you go?
I went to an island, a volcanic island called Jeju Island. Do you know where Jeju Island is? Or have you heard about it before?
No, I don't think I've ever heard about it before.
Well, it's an island off the south coast of South Korea, and it's actually Korean territory. It's a Korean province. It's fully a part of South Korea, but takes from Seoul about an hour to fly to the island.
Oh, wow.
If you take a ferry, well, it can take 8 hours or so, I believe, from the southern tip of the coast. So it's a little way away from the coast of South Korea.
Yeah.
But that's where I went for the last 4 days.
Wow. I can't wait to hear all about it.
So that's what we'll talk about in today's Simplified speech episode, my trip to Jeju Island. And just before we get into the details, I want to remind everybody that the study guide for this episode is available for download on our website, culips.com. Study guide is great. It's amazing. It is jam-packed with helpful information. So visit our website, culips.com, to download it today.
Nice.
Okay, Suzanne. So
Yeah.
I was really excited to visit Jeju Island,
Okay. Yeah.
because I've been living in Korea, believe it or not, now for almost 5 years on and off.
Wow.
And I've traveled to every corner of the Korean peninsula.
That's amazing.
Not North Korea, but the southern part of the peninsula. But I hadn't visited Jeju Island yet, and I'd heard so many good things from my friends who had visited there. So it was on my list of things to do. One of the hobbies I enjoy doing in Korea is hiking.
Yes.
And Jeju Island is actually home to a mountain called Hallasan, and this is the highest mountain in South Korea. So
Oh, wow.
the purpose of my trip was to climb Mount Halla.
This mountain is also a volcano?
Yeah, it's not active now, but the whole island is really cool. There's volcanic rock everywhere. There's a lot of really, really interesting rock features. I visited a cave
Wow.
that was really, really impressive. It was a lava tube at one point. So lava is the hot, fiery, liquid rock that comes out of a volcano, right?
Right.
And this cave was just at one point a tube of lava shooting through the earth. It carved out this cave in the solid rock.
Wow. Yes. Okay.
So this is one of the features. There's also really cool rock formations on the coastline.
Okay.
It's almost like pillars that are shaped like an octagon, and there's many of them together.
Wow.
So it's just a formation that I've never seen and that I don't think
Right.
you can see in too many places in the world. It's a really special rock feature. Yeah, these are just some of the things that remind you that you are walking on an island that was really influenced by volcanic activity at some point a long, long, long time ago.
And on this island, there are people living too, right? It's not just rock formations and nature. There are places to stay and people living there.
Oh, yeah. I think over 500,000 people live on Jeju Island.
Okay.
There are remote areas, absolutely, but it's inhabited. It's sometimes referred to as the Hawaii of Korea. It's located really south. It's warm. There are many orange trees all over the place. There are palm trees. It gets really, really hot and humid in the summer. And it's a massive tourist destination. So there are lots and lots of restaurants and hotels and tons of museums. My mind was blown by how many museums, specialty museums, there are
Wow.
on the island. Yeah, like really random museums, like the Hello Kitty Museum and
Okay.
the Antique Automobile Museum and the African Art Museum, and almost anything you can think of, there's a museum for that on Jeju, which
That's so funny.
is really funny to me. Yeah.
And where did you stay? Did you camp out or did you stay in a hotel or a hostel?
Yeah, actually, I went with one of my coworkers and we rented a car and traveled around the whole perimeter of the island, and we just stayed in hotels every night. So
Nice.
it was really convenient. There was no roughing it outside.
Okay, yeah.
But the purpose of our trip was to do the hike on Halasan.
Right.
The mountain actually occupies the center of the island. It's right smack dab in the middle. And so we saved the hike for our last day, and
Okay.
we did that for two reasons. The first being the weather looked like it was going to be clear and sunny on the last day. On a clear day, when you're at the top of the mountain, we heard that you can see all the way to the ocean and see the whole island. So we were
Wow.
excited about that. And also we thought, maybe we're going to be a little stiff and sore after doing the hike. So, if we did it on our first day and then maybe we'd feel too sore to walk around and do other sightseeing things
Yes.
afterwards. So that was our goal. And unfortunately, on the last day when we went to do the hike, it was really cloudy. It was
No.
rainy.
Oh, no.
Even though the weather forecast said it was going to be beautiful, it was terrible. It was really overcast, foggy, rainy when we started out. But by the end, it had cleared up a bit and it wasn't that bad. But
And was it a difficult hike?
it was a difficult hike. One thing that I hadn't anticipated, because when I was looking at the weather forecast, the temperature on the island was 13, 14, 15 degrees.
Okay.
But an important lesson I learned is you need to check the mountain temperature, not
Yes.
the island temperature.
Yes, because it can be a lot colder up on top of the mountain.
Yeah. So my coworker and I, we randomly met some people the night before the hike, and they mentioned that they had actually just hiked Halasan a couple days ago. And so we asked them, how was it? And they told us about their experience. And one thing they said was definitely buy crampons because there is a lot of snow on the mountain.
What are crampons?
Crampons, They're also called eisen here in Korea. They are spikes that you attach to your shoes.
Oh, right.
So that you can walk in the
Yes.
snow and ice without falling over. And maybe you've seen many people in Montreal wear these around town in the wintertime too.
Yeah. Yes. I wish I had them sometimes.
When I heard that information, I got a little bit worried because I thought maybe there would be a little bit of snow on the top of the mountain, which is about almost 2 kilometers high. I think it's about 1,900 meters. But I wasn't expecting snow for the whole hike, but that's what we got.
There was snow on the whole hike?
The whole hike. So,
whoa.
Yeah, it took us 6 hours to do the return trip. And the temperature was about -3 for most of the way up. So it was cold and snowy, and we weren't expecting that, but it was still beautiful and a great hike. And one of the cool things about Halla-san is, like we mentioned, it's a volcano, a dormant volcano. So there's a huge crater on the top, and
Yes.
there's actually a crater lake. Of course, it was covered in snow and frozen over, so we didn't see the lake. And it was cloudy, so we didn't see the ocean.
It reminds me of Crater Lake in Oregon. It's like a big, huge mountain with that crazy colored lake. That stinks. You couldn't see it down into the lake because when there are craters, I find those lakes are multicolored and pretty impressive color-wise.
Absolutely. From the pictures I've seen, it looks really, really beautiful. So
Yeah.
I guess I'll just have to go back again in the summertime.
Yes, that's true. When there's no snow all the way up.
But to you, Suzanne, and to our listeners as well, I think Jeju Island maybe isn't too famous to people outside of Korea. I know there's a lot of tourists that visit from China. Maybe in the Asia region, it's well known. But to other people, I know I certainly hadn't heard about it before I moved to Korea. And I didn't see too many Western tourists there while I was traveling. But it is awesome. So if you ever plan on coming to Asia, Sue, hit up Jeju Island.
I will put that on my list for sure. Thank you so much, Andrew. Sounds amazing.
Yeah, well, it was fun to talk about my trip, and I have put a couple pictures on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/QLipsPodcast. So if you want to see some pictures, check those out now. And I'll make sure to upload another couple of pictures talking about the cave and the rocks that I saw because they are worth checking out. Okay, Sue, well, that's it for my story.
That was a great story.
One more time, our study guide is available for download on qlips.com, and that's also the place that you can listen to all of our back episodes. So yeah, check out the website, qlips.com.
Yeah. You can always find us at facebook.com/QLipsPodcast and leave us comments or messages because we love to hear from you.
That's it for us. We will talk to you next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Do you like listening to QLips? If so, please show your support by leaving QLips a 5-star rating and a review on iTunes or Stitcher. This helps new listeners find the show. So don't delay. Rate and review today.